What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Iron Mike Tyson, Anthony Joshua, and Alexander Usyk. And this is what Mike Tyson had to say about the rematch between the two fighters. Mike Tyson gives a fascinating insight into Usyk AJ rematch. He says Joshua has balls. So he says, listen, Joshua's going to have to wear him down because the guy is smooth and moving and all that stuff. He's going to have to wear him down. He's going to have to outbox this guy. He's not just beating him down. Okay. He said Usyk is very hard to hit. He's an elite amateur boxer. The elite amateur boxer stuff messes guys like Joshua up because it's too much movement, feigning, and all that stuff. He says he, which is Joshua, could do so much. That's why he's never a lost soul. He can learn so much. He's still learning. That's why he's dangerous, Joshua, because he's still effing learning. He can't just feint his jabs, got to be constantly out there, and he's got to turn it into something. Joshua needs to pick up the pace a little, just a little much. He says he has so much damn potential. Joshua has balls. He's no walkover. It's just that for some reason we expect a lot from Joshua. Americans expect a lot out of Joshua for some reason. Those are the words of Mike Tyson. Let me counterpunch. Everything that Mike Tyson said was positively good and true. And like I told guys in my live stream that Joshua's still learning. And then everyone's like, oh, you don't still learn when you're 32. Yo, you live every day. To counterpunch that, you live and learn every day. As you learn or as you live, you learn. Okay, so it's not a thing of, oh man, you're supposed to be at your best right now. No, at his best hasn't probably came yet. He'll probably fight 4 or 5 more years. Hopefully we'll see that out of Anthony Joshua. We'll see him fight for 4 or 5 more years before hanging up the gloves. Okay? And for someone like Mike to see that, I think, he sees the same potential in someone that has that untapped potential like he did. Physically, he was just this beast. But with Joshua is a guy that self-taught himself this discipline to be ripped and to get buff and to get, just to have this massive colossus-like build and shape and stuff. And he dedicated himself for getting that. And the good thing about it, he's not like a Timothy Bradley where, you're strong and you're muscular, but you don't have any power. Joshua does have power. Okay. So, and it just shows you how tough Usyk is. That's why I think Usyk can hang in there with the rest of those guys, but that's a totally different issue. This is a totally different video. But as far as Anthony Joshua, yeah, he has balls. I think someone that got knocked down 4 times and got back up 4 times has balls. Because regardless of what type of condition Joshua was in, he still kept getting up. And on top of that, that's also a psychological disadvantage to you, especially when like, dude, I've been down how many times now and I still get back up. So I think that's where the balls goes in, because a lot of times if you don't have those cojones, you're not going to get up from certain things like that. That doesn't reflect someone that doesn't have balls that got up or gets up like he did, especially with the Klitschko, the Ruiz, I don't think he went down other than that, right? Not that I can remember, but those were still classic fights. So, I don't know if Mike Tyson could teach Anthony Joshua something, but if anything, what Mike Tyson is saying is inspiring, to say the least. I think that the positivity can, he could be somewhat of a mentor You know, and I'm like, you got him, Joshua. You go in there, you fuck his ass up, you fuck this nigga up. You know what I mean? And Anthony's like, yeah, I can do it. Let me go in there and beat him up. But yeah, I think that people need to understand Joshua, and I think people that he's still learning, that they do expect a lot of him out of him. And the reason for that, before wrapping up this video, is because people see that the money that he brings in. I haven't seen anybody, I mean, this is including Canelo, you know, that's fighting right now, get $100 million, $85 million, like a fight. I haven't seen anyone that got that type of money for one fight. I just haven't seen it. And then when people see this guy earning this type of money, that money equates results. Okay, what are we going to produce? What is this guy producing to warrant this type of money that he's getting? That's the thing. That type of money that he's receiving from endorsements and from the boxing ring, I think it automatically creates critics, or some are just straight out haters that's not going to like the idea of Joshua making all that damn money. Why? Because their favorite fighter, or the fighter that they follow, is not making that type of money, if that makes sense to people. So they're automatically going to get offended because they feel that, hey, my fighter, the guy that I follow, the guy that I think that'll beat Joshua or whoever, or won't get that type of money and don't get that type of money. And that's not fair. So by default, I think they just start to dislike AJ because of that. You know, that's one of those disadvantages of being too damn successful. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Mike Tyson giving us a surprising statement about Anthony Joshua. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.